Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Marcus Hayes, Jeffrey Lurie offers a candid contrast between his high-flying Eagles and Jerry Jones' collapsed Cowboys. Jeffrey Lurie bought the Philadelphia Eagles in 1994, smack dab in the middle of the Dallas Cowboys' dominance. America's team was Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, coached by Jimmy Johnson and owned by Jerry Jones. However, by the end of Lurie's second year, the franchises were headed in completely opposite directions. Dallas won its third Super Bowl in 4 years, but the Eagles won a playoff game after the 1995 season, and from 1997 to 2024 the Eagles replaced the Cowboys as the beast of the NFC East. Since the 1996 playoffs, Jones' Cowboys are 5-13 in the postseason. They haven't gotten past the division round. They missed the playoffs this year for the 4th time in 8 seasons. Meanwhile, Lurie's Eagles are 19-16 in the postseason since the 1996 playoffs. They've reached the conference championship 8 times, they've reached the Super Bowl 4 times, and they've won it once, after the 2017 season. They've reached the playoffs in 7 of the last 8 seasons. Lurie was asked directly at Super Bowl 59 on Monday night why his team has been so much more successful than Jerry's, a man known for specious coaching hires, raucous players and shameless self-promotion. Lurie has a master's degree in psychology. He knows what he was saying. He did not hold back. I think everybody has to be true to what they believe in, Lurie said. In his 3 decades of ownership, Lurie has been much more progressive-minded than most NFL owners. He understood fiscal responsibility, that manipulating the salary cap was more important than simply spending big bucks on big talent. He bore the brunt of letting popular, aging players leave the team. He was an early adapter to quarterback-centric, pass-first offenses. He was an early investor in sports science and analytics. As Lurie matured as an owner, he also prioritized a nurturing culture. He saw players with high character, like Jason Kelce, Brandon Graham and, of course, Nick Foles. Lurie holds a PhD in social policy, and he even taught college courses on the subject. Little wonder, then, that his franchise became more socially evolved than most money-first clubs. Finally, Lurie has found diamonds in the rough. He hired current Kansas City Chiefs coach Andy Reid in 1999 when Reid was just the Packers quarterback's coach. No other teams even interviewed Doug Peterson or Nick Sirianni, Lurie's last 2 head coaching hires, but Lurie was sold on them, in part, because of their high levels of emotional intelligence, levels that helped the Eagles reach 3 Super Bowls in the last 8 years. The Eagles aren't America's team most recently, that distinction has belonged to the New England Patriots, and now to the Chiefs, but it damn sure ain't the Dallas Cowboys. Perfect wide receiver upgrade for Dak Prescott just fell into the Cowboys' lap. The Cowboys should make this trade yesterday. The Dallas Cowboys are currently enjoying being the second biggest disgrace, for lack of a better term, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. With fans protesting outside American Airlines Arena after the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic, there is a real opportunity for Jerry Jones to sweep Dallas loyalists off their feet. Trading for Myles Garrett, who has requested a trade out of Cleveland, would be the best possible start in that regard, but it's been a long time, probably since Amari Cooper in 2018, since Jones swung a trade of the blockbuster variety. We all remember the impact Cooper had on Dak Prescott. The passing game really struggled before Cooper's arrival, as the Cowboys saddled Prescott with a truly lousy group of receivers. Ezekiel Elliott led the team with 77 catches, while Cooper led the way with 725 receiving yards, despite coming over midseason. While Prescott has an elite wideout in CD Lamb now, you can make a strong case that WR2 is Dallas' biggest need this offseason. Well, the football gods may have answered Cowboys fans' prayers as a prominent wideout is now being shopped by his team. The Los Angeles Rams have informed Cooper Kupp that they will trade him this offseason. Kupp broke the news on social media late Monday night. Kupp is not long removed from winning the NFL's Triple Crown in 2021 when he led the league in catches, 145, receiving yards, 1,947, and receiving touchdowns, 16, during the regular season. It is one of the best individual seasons in NFL history regardless of position. Kupp followed that with an equally dominant playoffs, leading all pass catchers in all three categories. He was later named MVP of Super Bowl 56 after he caught the game-winning TD in LA's narrow 23-20 win over the Bengals. It is important to note, though, that Kupp will turn 32 before the start of next season, and he's missed a combined 18 games over the last 3 years. The former Offensive Player of the Year is undoubtedly on the decline, but he is still a more than serviceable WR2. Puka Nacua emerged as Matthew Stafford's go-to-target this year, but Kupp still managed 710 receiving yards and 6 scores in just 12 games. For context, Jalen Tolbert finished second on the Cowboys this season with 610 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns, and he played all 17 games. With Brandon Cooks unlikely to be re-signed in free agency, Prescott sorely needs another sure-handed veteran. The current terms of Kupp's contract aren't appealing, but any team acquiring him will surely renegotiate his contract. According to Spotrac, he carries a 2-year, $22 million valuation. The Cowboys can absolutely afford that. More WRs may become available between now and April's draft, but it would be foolish of the Joneses to bank on that. Trading for Kupp would plug one of the roster's biggest holes and give Will McClay and the front office more flexibility in free agency and the draft. Most importantly, it would give Prescott much-needed help opposite Lamb. Dallas Cowboys urged to sign Day 1 starter LB in NFL free agency. The Dallas Cowboys enter the 2025 NFL offseason with several key free agents who could leave major holes on the roster. The team's lack of depth was exposed in 2024, so moves will have to be made. Dallas' first opportunity to bolster its roster will come in free agency, where Jerry Jones has failed to be active in the past. This year, everyone is hoping things will be different. If the Cowboys decide to make some moves, there is one player out there who could be had at an affordable price and immediately make an impact. Marcus Mosher of the 33rd team shared his thoughts on one player each NFL team should sign this offseason, and the Cowboys' focus comes on the defensive side of the ball. With starting linebacker Eric Kendricks set to hit the open market and DeMarvion Overshown likely beginning the season on IR, Mosher believes the team should bring in Las Vegas Raiders linebacker Robert Spillane. Denver Broncos running back Javonte Williams is tackled by Las Vegas Raiders linebacker Robert Spillane and Las Vegas Raiders safety Trayvon Moehrig. Stephen R. Sylvania main images Spillane could be a Day 1 starter for the Cowboys after back-to-back strong seasons in Las Vegas, he wrote. Spillane isn't the most athletic linebacker, but he makes every tackle and doesn't ever come off the field. Spillane's value is set at 2 years, $16 million. Last season, Spillane recorded 91 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 interceptions. He earned AFC Defensive Player of the Week honors in Week 10 after recorded 7 tackles, 1 sack, and an interception. It would certainly be a solid, reliable addition to the defensive unit and one that is needed. With Spillane and Marist Liufau holding it down at linebacker until Overshown is healthy enough to return, the Cowboys' defense could be in good shape. And you fan? What do you think of the Robert Spillane situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.